Hey, what up, world? Welcome to another exciting episode of A Minute with Miles, where we focus on positivity, progress, and power. Yo, man, I am chilling right now, man. I just, got some new, items I purchased, put together. Wanted to try some shit out, man, and see what's going on, man. So I tapped in and made a video right now. So that's what we're doing. That's what we on. So, I had somebody mention to me. They said, hey, you should make a video about what would you tell your 20-year-old self, right? I had to really think about it because, man, when I was 20, right? When I was 20, like I tell a lot of people, man, I don't know if you would consider it a blessing, but I was living a life that a lot of people my age weren't able to live, and even a lot of people older than me weren't able to live, right? I had a lot of things that a lot of people just didn't have, right? And I think that part of it in and of itself was the good part of it. It made me, I felt good. I had an exorbitant amount of confidence. I still do, but that's how I got to get that shit, right? But, it's a different vibe, man. Anybody that ever done had a little something, man, you understand that people always say, man, the money don't make the man, the clothes don't make the man, and those things couldn't be more true, right? But when you actually have those things, right? Even though you are the man without it, right? Even though you do have the confidence without it, even though you are, competent and, all these things without it. If you got a little something, man, it does affect you in a positive way, but it makes you feel a little bit different, right? It makes you walk a little different, makes you feel a little different, think a little different, right? So, in that regard, right, what I would say is the first thing, if I could sit down and have a conversation with me being 20 years old as I am today right now, the very first thing I would say is, nigga, put some money up. Put it up, bro. Stack some, put it up. Because the thing about, okay, Mike Tyson said that, I forget how old he was when he made his first million or couple of $1 million, right? But, excuse me, he said that that was the absolute worst thing that could have ever happened to him. And the reason why is because if you have an abundance of money, or if you have an abundance of anything, right, and you don't have proper guidance around it, if you don't have someone to be like, hey, man, this is what you do when you get this dough, right, or this is how you handle this situation, because it's going to come, because, man, the age-old thing, man, Biggie Smalls is right, blood, more money, more problems, man. I'm not going to lie to you, like, it was equally stressful, right? I was telling my girl this the other night. It was equally stressful to be homeless, living in that car, right? It was a different, channel of stress, different things that I was stressed about, right? But it was also one of the most peaceful times that I ever had in my life. The reason why is because when you don't have nothing, there's not a lot of problems that can come for you. It's like you can only be so broke, right? You can only be so homeless. You can only be so hungry. You can only be so, whatever the case it is. You can only be so much of that shit before it's like, all right, there's not going to be an overkill. Like, there's nothing more can happen. If you are flat broke, you got $0, and you owe one company $100, and then you owe another one $1,000, it really is not going to make no big of a difference. I can't get none of y'all shit. I ain't got nothing to give nobody. So you can call, and you just kind of relieve yourself of the stress just on the simple fact that it's like, I know there's nothing I can do about that right now. Right? But when you have money, you have a lot of difficult decisions that you need to make. Okay? So it's like, okay, I got this 10 ball, I got this 20 ball, right? I'm like, man, okay, I can move into this new property, this new whatever the case, and, have this nice house that I live in. You know what I'm saying? Or I can stay in the spot that I live in now and buy another whip. Or I can, say I don't want either one of those and invest in the business. Okay, now I want to invest in the business. What type of business do I invest in? What type of money do I need to invest in that business? Do I have all the knowledge and the tools to use to get myself to make that business be a success? Right? So you kind of see where I'm going, right? So the first thing would be, that, man, save a couple dollars. The next thing I would tell myself, man, oh my. I would tell myself this, and I would be very firm about it. I would look myself in the eye and say, hey, man, them niggas ain't your friends, man. Everybody is not your friend, man. Get that out your mind. Get that out your thought process. Get rid of that ideology. Everybody is not your motherfucking friend, man. And again, that's another one of those things of not having any guidance or role model or somebody that you can, that could assess your situation. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and look at your situation and see how niggas is moving and see how motherfuckers is talking and see how motherfuckers is doing this and doing that, and they can add it up quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be easier for me to, steer myself away from certain shit at this age, to tell my 20-year-old self to stay away from something or stay away from a certain person or certain people or certain things, right? Just because now I've gathered so much wisdom, right? You don't get old by being no fool. You know what I mean? It is some old fools out there, but generally speaking, if you meet a person that's of a certain age, they did something right. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's nothing more than just knowing to stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have anybody to assess my situation. And the people that did say something, I don't think... Okay, I'm not going to place blame on nobody else. I did have people mention things. But I don't think they communicated the things that I needed to know the way that I needed to hear them. Right? I'm a very intense person. Right? I'm very intense. If I do anything and I say that I'm going to do it, I put my mind to it, I am going to drill it. I'm going hard as fuck, and I'm going to go until I run out of breath, right? And I talk like that. I have to, like my daughter, she's gotten to the point now where she understands daddy's just daddy. He's just, intense. But like, when I talk to her about something, I'm passionate. I'm like, baby, you got to do this, and you got to do that, whatever. And, there was a time when that shit would, like, make her sad. Like, my daddy hates me. He's mad at me. No, baby, daddy loves you. I'm telling you this. I'm speaking from a space of, hey, I believe in you so much. I know you can do this so much. I know you can be, good at this thing that you're trying to do. I know you can pass that test. I know you can, be the best person at your dance class, be the best athlete in whatever sport you're playing, be the smartest, most articulate person in your class. I know that, and you got to know that. And that's just how I am, right? And I didn't until, older, wiser, learn other people don't communicate like that all the time, right? But I didn't realize that some people just didn't do that. If I'm serious about something and it's like, and I really want to drive the point home to you, you're gonna feel it, right? You're gonna feel it. I'm gonna be like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like boo boo whatever, and I'm gonna gas it. And I'm gonna make sure say, man, I am serious about what I'm talking about. So I did have people mention things, in passing, like I say often. Hey, man, you need to do this. Hey, man, you need to put some money up, whatever case is. But I'm going to say like this, right? One, I think the respect has to be there, right? I think that for somebody that wants to provide guidance and wisdom to someone, I think there has to be a level of respect there for that person to take you serious. Now, I'm not saying that if you're trying to be a millionaire that you should only listen to millionaires. No, there are some people that were once millionaires and they fucked off a bag and they could tell you distinctly how to not do what they did. You know what I'm saying? So there's something there even in that. Like, I was in jail one time, man, and the OG Crip nigga kept telling me, hey, man, you can learn something from a dummy. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. I believe that shit, right? But if you have nothing, right, on your track record, on your resume, you have been on the ground the entirety of your existence and you never tried to stand up. You never tried to raise up beyond where you were, and you want to try to tell me something, right? I may hear you, but I might not listen. And that's just a personal thing of mine. And I know some people might look at it and be like, man, that sounds ignorant, right? But I've always had the mentality, I'm only going to take advice from people that I want to be like. Real shit. Or that have something that I admire about them that I would like to have a part of my, self, right? Like I mentioned in another video that my grandfather gave me some game. I still remember those words that my grandfather gave to me just on the simple fact that Papa was doing his thing. For an old nigga? Bro, my grandpa, nigga, you an old nigga. You got foreigns parked outside, nigga. You can't even see no more. You can't even drive, blood. You driving, you getting pushed around, drove around in your nice ass cars, nigga. You giving cars away to your children. You got property here, there, and everywhere, nigga. You sitting on a bag. You got little old ass young bitches running around here. I say old ass young because, when you 70, a young bitch is 40, 50, you know what I'm saying? So you got all these young ass, old ass bitches running in and out the house, catering to you, fucking with you, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, Pops, if when I get old, man, I wouldn't be mad to fuck with it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I had a lot of people, or a few people, mention things to me, but they were living an existence that I did not want no part of, right? So it just made it kind of easier for me to just be like, yeah, all right, well, good for you, right? But, and also to top that off, I was young. I was a little nigga. I was young, man. I started getting money way too young, man. So, it was a blessing and a curse, right? The next thing I would probably tell myself, man, control yourself, man. Control yourself, man. Just have a little bit of self-control, man. This stood out to me. I remember I was about 22, 23 years old, right? Went to some broad house, kicking it or whatever, her parents' house or whatever the fuck. She still lived with her folks or whatever. Cool, no problem. Come over there, kicking it, we chilling or whatever. She like, hey, I'm making something to eat. I'm like, cool, all right, I'm coming to the kitchen, cook, whatever. And I'm in the kitchen, and I looked outside, like, I don't know if you would call this like a sitting area, a living room, not even the living room, because they had another spot for the living room. I don't know. But they had a bar. And the bar had bottles of liquor and wine. And no, the wine wasn't there. It was liquor. Liquor, different liquors there, whatever. And some was fully, full. Some of them had 3/4 missing. Some of them was half. Some of them this, that, and the third, right? And I didn't say nothing to the girl, but I was just like, man. And she did. She offered me a drink when I got there. She's like, you want a drink? I'm like, yeah, for sure. I'll take me one, whatever. But I left that house thinking, I said, man, me and all my friends, we buy a bottle, drink a bottle. Every time there's some alcohol involved in our situation, man, we buy a bottle, we drink a bottle. Every single time, right? We don't have the self-control, we don't have the wherewithal, we don't have the knowledge and the wisdom to understand that, man, everything you got ain't got to be everything that you do, right? You don't have to drink an entire fifth of Hennessy in 2 days just because you bought a fifth of Hennessy. Let the motherfucker sit. Have some control of yourself. Just because you got $10,000 don't mean you have to go spend $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for pretty much everything, man. If you got a nice car and you could afford another nice car, wait till you can buy that car 3 or 4 times, man. Stack your money up, man. You might want to invest in something different. You might want to do something else with your money. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that nobody taught me, man. These are things that I had to just pick up. I had to just pick up as, through living. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, I'm kicking it, man. I'm freestyling, man. I ain't got no notes. I ain't got nothing I'm looking at. I'm just keeping it a bean pie with y'all, right? I'm just telling y'all things that, are coming to me, right? So, another thing that I would say is believe a person when they tell you or they show you who they are. You are not God, sir. You are not the Lord Almighty. You do not possess the capability to alter anyone's mental state, their thought processes, their beliefs, or their habits. Now, if you come across someone that, is searching for the information to be able to, change or grow or, do better in some form or fashion, right? You certainly can help somebody if they're willing to accept the knowledge. But you just trying to come into somebody's life and just be like, hey, I'm going to change you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fix you. I'm going to do something to, help you be a different person. And that person is not trying to be a different person. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're wasting their time. You know what I mean? Some people, I had somebody tell me this. Some people just don't want what you want, man. And that's okay, right? There are some people that you could literally give them a nice place to live, food to eat, a job to, support themselves, a decent car to get back and forth to said job. And, they would just fumble it. They would fuck it up. Why? Because there are some people that are just content with what they're content with. That does not make you better than them. That doesn't make them worse than you. That doesn't make, the situation change at all. It doesn't make anybody, better or worse. It doesn't change anything. It's just the facts of life. This is what you're dealing with right now, right? And I spent so much time trying to do what I thought was helping people, right? Like, man, you can do this. I believe in you, man. You can do this, that, whatever. Oh, girl, all you got to do is that. You know what I'm saying? Well, whatever. Some people, and even if they want it, some people just don't want to put the work in. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that person as, who they are, right? And that's just the thing of what it is. Some people are just not going to want to do the work. And you got to be able to walk away with love. Maybe not even walk away, but distance yourself with love. Hey, I fuck with you. You cool. But, we ain't on the same type of time, man. You good. I fuck with you, though. Keep doing your shit, man. I'm going to go over here, though. I got to go do this, right? So, whatever. The other thing that I would say is this, right? People that are close to you have a power unlike most other humans in the world. A person close to you can hurt you in a way so tailored to you, so unique, so specific, so absolutely, right, that you need to be very cautious of the company that you keep, right? Because my grandmother told me this one, right? She said, boy, you do shit and you be looking over here, you be looking over there, and you don't know that the problem that you got to deal with is coming from over there. So I took that to mean as you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful who you have involved in your life and what you got going on, man. Everybody don't want to see you win, man. And I read this in a book sometime, and with age and wisdom, I'm starting to see it to be true, right? Some people just hang out and kick it just long enough so they can gather some information enough to try to tear you apart, to make sure that they keep you in the confines of the space that they want you to be in their life. Right? So, say you got a broad in your life and she like, woo, whatever, and she's so sorry, see this and that, blah, blah, whatever, but you taking care of her. When she needs you for something, you're there. When she need a few dollars, you help her out. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, right? She might love you. She might care about you. She might, whatever the case, right? Or she might just be getting close to you to gather some information to say, hey, nigga, you ever try to cut me off, nigga, I'm going to try to tear you up. Right? And that could come from anybody. And the thing is, too, right, man, sometimes the truth ain't even interesting enough, so they got to cook up the lies, man. I did not understand that people on earth could sit and calculatedly come up with malicious plots and lies to say about other people just for attention or control or power. I never fathomed that it happened like that because I've never done that. It took me a while to say, God damn, like this is real. It's real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Like there are some people that have so much envy, so much hate, so much, anger, so much, whatever you want to, categorize it as, right? They have so much of this thing inside of them that they are not happy if they're not in control over you. And they don't want to address you and just say, hey, man, I want to be cool with you. Or, hey, what happened? Why we don't talk? Whatever the case is, right? And people will really sit and make up stories and lies, right? And the thing about that is the other people that are hating on you and want you to fail and want you to, whatever the case is, they was just waiting on somebody else to do it. Because they going to run with it, right? A lie going to always spread faster than the truth. Everybody loves drama. Everybody likes to see when the superhero falls off his pivot, right? Everybody likes to see when the millionaire goes broke. Those are the stories that get the most views. Those are the stories that get the most attention, right? So you have to understand that if you want to be successful, you have to accept that that's going to be a part of it. You just have to accept it. You got to have strong skin and you have to be, able to deal with it mentally and just be like, yeah, man, I know, because you're not living the life that everybody else is living. You don't have the same things that everybody else has. You're not driving the same whips everybody else has. You're not wearing the same type of clothes. You're not going on the same type of vacations. You're not living that life, right? So if you want to live a life of extraordinary abundance, extraordinary elegance, extraordinary luxury, you're going to have to deal with some extraordinary hate. You're going to have to deal with some extraordinary jealousy. You're going to have to deal with some extraordinary envy. You're going to have to deal with some extraordinary lies. That's just how it goes, right? And don't ever put it past nobody that they're not going to do it. Like I said, this can be anybody. This could be your best friend, right? Smiling in your face. Hey, dog, whatever case it is. Now, you done did shit for this motherfucker. You done looked out. Right, but now some because their need for attention or their need to fit in, because they're scared that if they don't put a microscope on you, somebody gonna put a microscope on them. So they're gonna hop on with the Joneses and yeah, man, blah blah blah, whatever, just to have something to say. Right? It could be your best friend, your sister, your brother, your mama, your father. Right? It doesn't matter. So I would tell myself, man, pay close attention to your circle, man, and you can create your circle. It does not matter who the fuck you was born to and all the people that you've known all your life, man. Hey, man, the $100 bill changed, the weather changed, I'm changing too. You understand me? So I'm not ever going to get locked into no confinement of what the masses tell you is right. You know what I'm saying? This is the right thing to do. No, I'm going to do the right thing for me. If I know these people aren't good for me and they're going to stagnate or hinder or complicate my success, I'm just not going to fuck with those people. There's nothing you can tell me. There's nothing that we need to discuss. There's nothing that has to happen aside from you just showing your true colors and me just realizing, hey, that's not good for me. And at that point, it doesn't matter who you are. People live by this stigmatized shit, like thinking like I have to operate in this or whatever case it is. Man, hey, man, I got people I haven't spoken to in a long time that a lot of people would say like, you're crazy. You're crazy. Why don't you talk to this person? Hey, man, it ain't good for me. I'm trying to go over here. They're operating over here, man. I can't do that. I can't fuck with that. Love for sure. Love, always love. We gonna lead and leave with love. You know, it ain't gonna be no shouting match, no cussing, no hollering, no screaming. Hey, man, it ain't gonna work out. You know, I ain't gonna be able to be hanging out no more, man. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? And I would tell myself that too. Don't be afraid to walk alone, my nigga. There's a lot of shit in this world you can do with a group, right? But, man, I used to have motherfuckers tell me, man, it don't matter if you got 99 motherfuckers around you. It don't matter if you got 100 motherfuckers around you, 99 of them doing you wrong. You understand me? So, man, walk alone sometime, man. Sometimes your biggest blessing is being, held up because you trying to hold on to people and things that don't belong in your life no more, man. I would definitely tell myself that, man. Do an evaluation, man. If it ain't beneficial, it's artificial, right? Why is the people that's around you? What are they doing? Is it just somebody to hang out with, shoot the shit with? Are they around just because you're accustomed to them being around? Are you around because society tells you that they need to be around and you're crazy if you don't want these people around? Nigga, listen. I will cut off my blood brother if shit wasn't right. My blood sister, my auntie, my mama, my cousin. Hey, man, if it ain't right, it ain't right, man. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing we can do about this. Because I care about me being successful more than I care about you and your opinion of me and your opinion of me as to why I don't fuck with you. Because they going to try to twist it and flip it and flop it and dance it around and make it seem like it's you. Yeah, people get mad at... That's something else, man. You got to pay attention to this, too. A motherfucker will get mad at you for things that they've done to you and get the response from you that they didn't want. Now it's your fault. This is why I say, man, you could eliminate a lot of that shit by paying a close attention to your circle and the people around you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. Hey, tested out my equipment. Appreciate y'all being on that motherfucking journey with your boy. You feel me? And, yeah, man. Just chopped it up with y'all, man. Hey, I'm going to do another video like this, man. If I come up with anything else, I'll let y'all know. We're going to cook it up, man. We're going to put something together, man. This is A Minute with Miles, man. And we focusing on positivity, progress, and power. Be sure to join the Improvement Institution, man. We got mentorships. We got guided courses. Get your money together. Get your fashion in order. Help you with your confidence. Have you get more money. All different things like that, man. So, tap in with the Improvement Institution, man. It's coming soon, man. And I appreciate y'all viewing this video. This is A Minute with Miles. Positivity, progress, and of course, power.